A married high school cafeteria worker groomed a teen boy via Snapchat and Instagram for months before sexually assaulting the victim in her SUV. This is according to authorities in Connecticut. Andie Rosafort, a 31-year-old now former lunch aide who went by @thepeaches page online, was found out when the father of the victim's friend expressed concern to New Fairfield High School administrators about suspicious behavior that had allegedly took place during, but not at, a party on January 14th, 2023. During an interview, a parent of one of the victim's friends told investigators that on Saturday, January 14th, 2023, while the parent was traveling out of state, their child had called them sounding upset. According to the parent, their child had attended a gathering the night before at a residence in New Fairfield, Connecticut, and that during that gathering, one of the child's friends said they needed to leave, but that they planned to return. The parent further explained that their child's friend left the gathering and then was behaving oddly upon rejoining the group a short time later. The affidavit in the case identified the victim as a 14-year-old boy and an athlete. In addition, the child's friend who reported the alleged illicit activity was identified as a girl. The affidavit, signed by State Police Detective Jared Barbero, said that a school resource officer initially looked into the allegations but ended up forwarding the matter to Connecticut State investigators on January 17th. A father who had traveled to Baltimore and was attending a wedding received a phone call from his daughter, identified only as, quote, Juvenile 1. Juvenile 1 was upset and explained to her father that Juvenile 1 was at a party on Friday night at a house located in New Fairfield, Connecticut. Juvenile 1 stated that a friend in the group, the victim, had told the group that he was leaving the party to go home and pack as he was going on a trip with his family. The victim mentioned that he would be back and then he left the party. According to investigators, when the victim returned to the party, his friends could, quote, tell that something was odd as they did not see headlights from the driveway when he was picked up. The vigilant female friend told authorities that she learned Rosafort, described as, quote, the lunch lady, had sexually assaulted the boy in her SUV. Juvenile 1 told her dad that Rosafort is always talking to the freshman boys on social media. Authorities said that the victim told them in a January 19th interview that he and the suspect had communicated for 6 months on Snapchat, beginning over the summer before he started his freshman year of high school. The victim stated that he received several nude photos and videos from Rosafort via Snapchat, the most recent being 2 weeks before the forensic interview. The victim described Rosafort as his lunch lady when he was in 8th grade during the semester before summer of 2022. The victim recalled Rosafort messaging him on social media, asking him, quote, you want to see something? Before she would send him a nude picture. The victim allegedly said that Rosafort often sent unsolicited videos of herself like this, and that she also requested nude photos of him. On the night of the alleged sexual assault, the affidavit of probable cause reports that Rosafort asked to meet up for sex. The suspect then traveled to the residence where the victim was attending a party with friends, drove to, quote, the other side of the cul-de-sac, parked her SUV, turned the headlights off, and sexually assaulted the teen. The victim then detailed the encounter between he and Rosafort, and he stated that sexual intercourse took place by vaginal intercourse. The victim stated he ended the encounter because he began to feel weird about it. The victim then stated he exited the SUV and ran back to the house where the gathering was. According to investigators, a review of the victim's phone readily identified Rosafort in lingerie or nude. Court records show that Rosafort was released on $100,000 bond. She faces 3 felony charges, including second-degree sexual assault enticing a minor by computer to engage in sexual activity, and risk of injury to a minor or impairing morals of children. Her next court date is later this month.